Hey guys, Mythos Gamer, welcome back for turn number 6 of our third game. As usual, before we get started, we're going to do a quick overview of our investigators. Our first investigator, Joe Diamond, has 5 stamina, 3 sanity, 1 clue token, and $7. And for his skills, he has a speed of 3, a sneak of 4, a fight of 5, a will of 0, a lore of 0, and a luck of 3. Our second investigator, Diana, has 5 stamina, 4 sanity, 8 clue tokens, and $4. For her skills, she has a speed of 3, a sneak of 1, a fight of 1, a will of 4, a lore of 6, and a luck of 1. Our next investigator, Lola, has 4 stamina, 2 sanity, 9 clue tokens, and $6. And for skills, she has a speed of 5, a sneak of 0, a fight of 4, a will of 2, a lore of 4, and a luck of 1. And our final investigator, Min, has 4 stamina, 4 sanity, 10 clue tokens, and $4. And for her skills, she has a speed of 5, a sneak of 1, a fight of 1, a will of 4, a lore of 4, and a luck of 0. Alright, that's it for our review of our investigators. We're going to pass the first player marker from Joe Diamond to Diana and move on to our upkeep phase. The only thing we're going to do this turn for upkeep is adjust Joe Diamond's stats. He needs to start picking up more clue tokens, and he only has a speed of 3 right now. So because he has a focus of 3, we're going to move his speed all the way down to a speed of 6. And now moving on to our movement phase. Alright, our first investigator, Diana, is going to go further into the abyss. Since we made that huge mistake last turn, I'm going to have Lola go from the downtown streets to Independence Square, where there's a gate to Yuggoth. I already checked, there's no other investigators in Yuggoth right now. Hopefully she can close this in a few turns and we can get back on track. Our next investigator, Min, is going to leave Diana in the abyss and come back out at the Black Cave with an Explore token. And our last investigator this turn, Joe Diamond, is going to move from the Invisited Isle to the Merchant District streets, then to the Rivertown streets. Needs to move from the Rivertown streets to the French Hill streets, and then finally from the French Hill streets to the Witch's house, where we'll collect a clue token. He's also going to exhaust his press pass he got from Lola last turn. This will give him an additional clue token, bringing him up to 3. That ends our movement phase, so we're going on to our Arkham Encounters phase. Lola is at Independence Square, and there's a gate. She does not have an explored marker, so she will get pulled through. Lola is now in the first area of Yuggoth. Next is Min at the Black Cave. Normally we would try to seal this gate, but because I messed up last turn and put Diana in the same gate, we have to wait an extra turn so Diana can come out, and we'll have 2 chances to close the next turn. Joe Diamond is at the Witch's house, so we will draw an encounter card for him. A muffled cry and some thumping comes from a nearby closet. Pass a Fight -2 check to open it and rescue whoever is inside, drawing a random ally. If you fail, whatever trapped him attacks you too. A monster appears. Joe has a fight of 5, so we will roll 3 die. And we got a success. Let's draw a random ally. And we got Duke. We've been seeing him a lot lately. Duke gives +1 to maximum sanity, and you can discard him immediately to restore your sanity to its maximum value. That ends our Arkham Encounters phase. We'll move on to our Otherworld Encounters phase. First we have Diana in the Abyss. She needs a red or blue Otherworld Encounter card. Alright, the first one we drew is red, and the Abyss is on there. The horror within erupts from your own throat and attempts to choke you. You lose stamina equal to the number of points of sanity you are currently short of your maximum. Well, luckily, she has a maximum of 4 sanity, and she has 4 sanity, so she will take no stamina damage. And our other investigator that's not in Arkham, Lola, needs a blue or yellow Otherworld encounter card. Alright, we drew a blue one and Yoggoth is on there. You open a door and quickly discover that the atmosphere outside cannot sustain human life. Pass a speed +0 check to seal the door again or lose 3 stamina. Lola has a speed of 5, so you'll roll 5 die. And we got success, so she gets to keep her 3 stamina. Alright guys, we're moving on to our Mythos phase. Okay, our Mythos card says a gate and monster should appear at the unnameable. There is already a gate there, so we will have a monster surge. Right now we have 4 gates in play and 4 investigators, so we will draw 4 monsters. There are only 2 monsters in Arkham, and with the limit being 7, we won't put any in the outskirts, so we'll just draw 1 monster for each gate. The first we'll draw for is Yoggoth. The first monster we drew is a Shoggoth. It's a -1 to sneak. It is a red monster, so it moves twice. Shoggoths are pretty tough. It has a -1 to hard checks, doing 3 sanity damage, -1 to combat checks, doing 3 stamina damage, has 3 toughness, physical resistance, and is Nightmarish 1. Next we will draw a monster to go with the graveyard. We drew a Dimensional Shambler, another fast monster that provides -3 to sneak checks. It has a -2 to hard checks, doing 1 sanity damage, a -2 to combat checks, does no stamina damage, but if you fail a combat check against it, you are lost in time and space, and it has 1 toughness. Our next gate will be at the unnameable. We'll draw another monster to go with the Dark Young that's sitting there. We drew a Cultist, -3 to sneak checks. The Cultist does not provide a hard check, and normally it has a +1 to combat check, doing 1 stamina damage. But because Hester is our Ancient One, the Cultist is a -2 combat rating. He's also flying, and on top of that, our Spawn of Yogg-Sothoth environment card makes Cultists have magical immunity. And our last gate, the gate to the Abyss at the Black Cave. And we got another flying monster, the Night Gaunt. -2 to sneak checks. It has a -1 to hard checks, doing 1 sanity damage, -2 to combat checks, and when you fail a combat check against Night Gaunt, you are drawn through the nearest open gate. If 2 or more gates are open at the same distance from you, you choose which gate you're drawn through. It also has 2 toughness. Alright, that's it for our monster surge. Now we're going to have a clue appear at the woods. There's already 1 clue there. We'll add another one, and hopefully Joe Diamond can get over there next turn and pick both of them up. And now for monster movement. Looking at all our monsters, we'll go ahead and just do the white arrows first. Square and diamond. We have the diamond Shoggoth and the square dimensional shambler. And they're both fast, so they will move twice. First, the Shoggoth will move from Independence Square to the downtown streets, and then from the downtown streets to the Easttown streets. Next, our Dimensional Shambler, he's going to move from the graveyard to the Rivertown streets, and then from the Rivertown streets to the French Hill streets. We also have the circle monsters following the black arrow. The only circle monster we have is the Bikey, and it's in the sky. And right now there are no investigators in the streets, so the Bikey will stay in the sky area. And now for the text of our Mythos card. The headline, Fun Drive for the Arts. The performances of the controversial The King in Yellow have increased local enthusiasm for the arts, and the Historical Society is taking advantage of this with a fundraising auction. Investigators in Arkham may immediately spend up to $1 for every ally left in the ally deck. For every $2 an investigator spends, he may draw one unique card from the unique item deck. He then takes one card from among those he has drawn and shuffles the rest back into the deck. Right now, we have Min and Joe Diamond in Arkham. Joe has $7 and Min has $4. I don't think we have any plans to spend our money on anything else, so what can it hurt? We'll have Joe spend $6, and we'll draw 3 unique items and see what we get. Our first unique item, Shrine to the Elder God. When you gain this card, choose a street area in Arkham and place this card there. Any investigator ending his movement in that street area may spend stamina up to his focus. For every 1 stamina spent, the investigator gains 1 sanity. Not bad. Probably nothing's going to help us though. Our next unique item is the Tome, Book of the Believer. For movement, you can discard this card and spend 2 movement points to make a lore -2 check. If you fail, gain 1 clue token. If you succeed, draw 1 spell and gain 1 clue token. That's a pretty decent card. I think we may end up getting that. But let's see what our third unique item is. Masquerade of Night. During any phase, you can discard this card after failing a horror check to reduce the monster's horror damage to 0. This can also be used to cancel an Ancient One's entire attack for 1 turn. I think now we're kind of at that point where we have to make a decision. Are we going to keep trying to seal gates and go for clue tokens? Or are we going to start saving up to fight Hastur? I think we can still possibly seal 6 gates. It's going to be really tough, but I think that's what we're going to go for. We're going to keep the Book of the Believer. Min spent $4, so she will get to draw 2 unique items. The first one is the Petrifying Solution. Physical weapon that gets +8 to combat checks. Discard after you use it, and it ignores physical resistance and endless special ability. And her other unique item, Seeker of the Yellow Sign. During any phase, you can lose 2 stamina and discard this card to automatically succeed at a horror check, or to automatically succeed at a fight and lore check made to close a gate. Right now, Min has her Storm of Spirits spell, which requires 2 hands to use. So the Petrifying Solution probably isn't going to help us. Additionally, she has the Carcassonne page, so she can transfer items. So we can transfer the Seeker of the Yellow Sign to anyone who's having trouble closing a gate. I think we'll take the Seeker of the Yellow Sign. Alright guys, that's the end of our turn. I think we did pretty good this turn. Unfortunately, there's a lot more monsters in Arkham, but we're on our way to seal some gates, hopefully. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next turn.